like I said, problems. If I may talk of General Sibiya, Honorable Chairperson, I think since he arrived, well, it's quite a number of people that he encountered problems with. I kept on resolving those problems. Firstly, he had a problem with General Zulu. I intervened. He had a problem with General Mkonasi, not now, some time ago. And before I intervened, he had a problem with General Kumalo. I spent almost half a day resolving that problem and was happy that it was resolved. He had a problem with General Msikidi. He had a problem with General Nkua. And but still, I accommodate him and we rectify, we go on. Some of the problems I never attended to them, but they will resolve them amongst themselves. So, yeah.
Because the reason why I'm asking this, honorable members, is that since the proceedings started, there are so many names of generals who have been mentioned here, and allegations of involvement of generals or senior management in activities of self-aggrandizement, self-enrichment. Is that good for an institution that you lead, the South African Police Services? I mean, the developments of yesterday, for instance, when we are here with yourself, the Honorable Bradenbach calls you the honcho of the institution, and there are other colleagues of you convening press conferences. Is it good for your institution?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. It is definitely indeed not good for the institution. Hence, you have seen that I have enlisted this assistant of, while we are doing investigation in areas where we pick up that there are problems of crime and or misconduct. Hence, I enlisted the help of SIU to come and do a lifestyle audit of everybody so that we can know who we are dealing with and who's clean and who not, starting with myself.
And the people of this country, one honorable member has asked you whether you are a voter. You said, yes, I'm a voter, it's my civic duty. The voter whose last hope is on us as the bureaucracy in civil service. They sit every day glued to their televisions. They hear these things about high-ranking police officers. Their expectations have been that when we hear stories about the police, should be that criminal A, criminal B, criminal C have been arrested. And now they come to hear this very, very disturbing allegations about high-ranking police officers. What does that do to the mentality of the voter or the ordinary citizen?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Yes, I agree that it raises a problem of trust. It raises a problem of that the voter, or as you say, or the community should continue trusting the police the way they do. I do agree that that is a problem. And it is an area that we are going through. And as an organization, we are not sitting back. As we are dealing decisively with areas where there is crime, Honorable Chairperson, and also cleanse ourselves by making sure that everyone that is there is above board. I'm sure that will go a long way. I know it's not an overnight process, but by making sure that we know who's who, and that will definitely will improve the morale in the organization, and it will improve also the trust outside there in the police. So the quicker as we are embarking on lifestyle audit and investigations carry on in terms of areas where there are, be it criminality or misconduct, we finalize that, we'll be able to move forward.
My last question would be that, do you still have hope as the leader of the institution that these senior ranking officials against whom allegations have been made, and some were made by yourself, do still have commitment to turn around the SAPS and make it an institution of choice?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Well, those areas where there are allegations, of course, we will, as I'm saying, we subject that to investigation of misconduct, and the criminal investigations will also take its course. And yes, I do believe that we can still turn the ship in the right direction. And it is an era that happened in the organization. And it happened, of course, because of other reasons, because of the discovery of some linkages to these drug cartels. And it's a good thing that we investigate that and make sure that we get to the depth of it and root it out. And I think after we do that, we will definitely have an organization running forward without any suspicion or accusation.
Senior Counsel, how much time do you need?
I'll try and be as brief as possible. I've got no questions about Mr. Kuneni. Just to clarify a few things. The first thing you asked me, General, was to just clarify the question about when I put it to you, I had agreed that no national commissioner appointed had served their 5 years, but there is one.
Yeah, that is correct, Honorable Chair. The first national commissioner after democracy, Commissioner Fibers, he did complete his term.
Yeah. You've been criticized, questioned about your response to the directive of 31 December 2024. But we know as a fact that that directive has in fact not been implemented. The task team has not been disestablished. In fact, you approved the budget of the task team effective to 26 March 2026, and you actually denied a request from Lieutenant General Sibiya to make money available for a differently constituted team.
That is correct, Honorable Chair. I did allude to that. And yeah.
Also, when lawyers look at sections 206 and 207 of the Constitution, they lick their lips, because you'll find one lot being very clear that you have management and control of SAPS and that ministers may not interfere. The other lot will say there's ambiguity and there's scope for interpretation, that the minister, because the words used are directives, in charge of policy, and so on. So just to put it on record, General, that it's far from clear. In your case, you, one, didn't implement the directive, and two, whatever you gave to the minister was to kick the can down the road, as it were, and not in fact implement it, but to phase out the team. But the PKTT is still in existence as we speak.
And that is correct, Honorable Chair and members. The PKTT is still at work. We are working towards increasing personnel and other resources. And also, we are establishing one in Gauteng because we also do have problems in that province.
We know from General Mkonazi that he obtained an affidavit from you on the 4th of July. Is that correct? Or a statement?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, Honorable Chair.
Now, he wouldn't disclose the statement because he said it for now forms part of a criminal investigation. We would like to know what is in that statement or affidavit on the 4th of July, because his evidence was also that he was not going to go into the media briefing on the 6th of July without that statement from you.
Well, that statement, Honorable Chair, it talks about the defeating the ends of justice is more a case. It talks about those that participated in efforts to disestablish the PKTT. That's what the statement would entail. Would you object to making that statement available to us? I can make it available, provided it doesn't get
into the public domain.
Into the public before it gets to court.
So thank you. We'll ask crime intelligence to look after that one. Now, the briefing that you gave to Parliament on the 5th of March, there is in fact a few passages, and you'll find it. You don't have to look at it now. It's just for the record.
Okay.
Where Lieutenant General Mkonazi does make some strong comments about the instruction to disband the task team, and from it's at volume 3 of your record at page 259.
Okay.
Can you recollect or recall that he, from what he was saying, and I know it's difficult, so you can't ask about body language because it was an online meeting, that he wasn't happy. He made comments at the beginning of the meeting. He commented twice, close to the beginning of the meeting and then towards the end. And at the beginning, he mentioned sections 206 and 207, mentioned them. And at the end, he was unhappy.
That's correct. I know he did. He was.
Were you aware, or are you aware that that on the 6th of December 2024, when the PKTT was assisting the Gauteng police in arresting Matlale at his home for allegedly kidnapping a business associate, were you aware of events on that day? Were you informed about it?
Yeah, I was informed while the operation was on.
Because it would appear that it's that gave rise also when Lieutenant General gave evidence, and you seem to be of the same view. It's only when you started joining the dots, as it were, and you're putting some things together that you realize that there was something else that informed the directive of 31 December 2024.
Yeah, correct, Honorable Chair. The operation of the 6, I think the arrest of Molefe, and not arrest of Matlala, but it was a search of his premises where the team was looking for a kidnapped victim, Mr. Jerubushoa. So that operation of the 6, according to records of Matlala's phone, that was then confiscated later in May 2025. Indications are that the disbandment letter of the 31st of December 2025 was activated by the operation of the 6th of December 2026.
Thank you. And just lastly, I know we tired.
Sorry, Honorable Chair, 6th December 2024.
Yeah. But I mean, I was always intrigued by this until I had to look these things up and got paid to do it. So it wasn't a problem. But the difference between crime intelligence and crime intelligence as addressed or spoken about or prescribed in the Police Act, and then intelligence under the Intelligence Act, and the way the police service conducts intelligence operations, and the intelligence under the State Security Agency. I think many of us, many people would want to just understand those crucial differences, because even in the Lieutenant General Konazi's evidence, he at one stage there was talk of bringing in the State Security Agency to conduct some or other operation. I don't know whether to assist the crime intelligence. So perhaps just give us your understanding of how the two operate. Do they complement each other? Do they do different things? I know State Security Intelligence mainly is concerned with protecting the borders and the integrity of the Republic. But we know also from the directive that was given on the 31st of December, one of the very interesting, intriguing directives is that relating to border control and border entry.
Yeah, thanks, Honorable.
Sorry, I didn't mean to give evidence or make a speech.
Okay, thanks, Honorable Chair. The State Security Agency, of course, is responsible for intelligence, more on the country, security intelligence for the country, state security. However, crime intelligence deal with intelligence relating to crime. But the state security, as they do their work of state intelligence, they will come across intelligence relating to crime, so that they will obviously pass to crime intelligence. And in terms of the cluster, the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster, commonly known JCPS, state security is part of that cluster, just like defense, NPA, corrections, and all other departments. So when we do work, we work as a cluster, hence they will have a representative. They might not have a representative down on the ground, but in meetings, they will have a representative. As and when they pick up whatever, they will, if it's crime related, they will give to us. That's the difference between the two. And they are, of course, controlled by the National Strategic Intelligence Act and all other legislation related to intelligence. But the crime intelligence is a division of the police service. And they are collecting crime on intelligence. So their activities somehow are controlled by National Strategic Intelligence Act.
And both conduct covert operations?
Yeah, well, they can be both. Crime intelligence is accounting. We have the two accounts, both covert and open account. That's how the nature of how they conduct business.
Just lastly, would you, because it's also one of the things this committee must look at in terms of proposing some remedial measures to Parliament, would you appreciate a clarification of what 206 and 207 means? Or do you have a clear understanding of what it entails and what it means?
Well, I think I do have understanding, but where clarity comes in, when Section 207 talks about minister responsible for national policing policy, I think that is very clear. There is one policy signed this year, and but where it says directions by the cabinet member responsible, that is the area that requires clarity as to what are those directions, at what level they are.
Yeah, because I think some of the honourable members pointed out, some were even appear to be a bit horrified that you said your boss is the minister. You're accountable to the minister. So I'm just flagging that and asking you whether